Hello everyone, this is CSX Gaming and we are here with Let's Play Banjo Tooie. In the previous episode we basically just watched the opening cutscene. It was a long cutscene, took a whole video. Right now we're going to go and try to stop Grunty, the witch, because she killed our best friend Bottles, and we're not going to have that. Uh-oh. Some rumbling down the tunnel. Just to let everyone know, I have played this game completely through multiple times. Well, not multiple, probably like 3 times, which is a lot. I played twice on the N64 and once on the Xbox, and just to let you guys know, I'm also playing on the Xbox this current time. So the controls are different when we get our moves on the screen, and also I believe the aiming is different. I think it's harder on the Xbox. I mean, I guess that's one's opinion, but I believe that it's harder on the Xbox. Basically, the Xbox allows you to determine to flip the Y-axis or not, and this makes it easier for some things, harder for other things, such as flying. It is harder to fly with the x-axis, not the x-axis, I completely forgot, the y-axis. It is harder to fly if the y-axis is normal, so it's easier if you flip it, because that's basically how everyone learned how to fly, you know, up is down and down is up type of thing. But, took damage there. Oh god. But basically, egg shooting is the hardest part because it's reverse, and I believe, you know, don't quote me on this, I believe on the N64 version of Banjo Tooie, whenever you needed to shoot eggs, it automatically had it in a non-flipped y-axis, and then every time you flew, you were in a flipped y-axis, like it did it by itself. But on the Xbox version, you basically get to decide in the options whether or not you want the y-axis flipped or not. So sometimes you'll see me, well, I might cut it out, but basically I'll pause and switch the y-axis for certain events, and other times I'll just keep it the same. That was a battle with Klungo, the minion. He basically can have 3 different potions. The first potion he just took made him larger. That's pretty much the easiest form he'll take. You'll see later that there are harder forms. 1 second, let me check my audio right now. Alright, we're good. So we're in we're in Jinjo Village, and here's a silo. You want to basically hit these every time you enter a new part of the main world, which is Isles of Hags. Collect some feathers, skip over that guy. So basically, like I said in my first video, I'm going to be running through this pretty fast. I'm probably looking to complete it within 40 videos or so, which is a lot of videos still. I mean, maybe less, maybe 30, if I can do what I need to do. It's not necessarily a speed run, although a lot of times I will be playing it like a speed run. But mostly it's basically me playing it how I would like to play it. I'm not rushing through it at all. I'm just playing it how I see fit. So certain things I'll do faster than usual, like I'll just, you know, skip a couple things here and there. I'll try to skip over a lot, like jumps. I'll try to make longer jumps instead of walking through pathways type of thing. I mean, but all of that great gamers always do, so I mean, I'm sure most of you at home do it too. Right now we're talking to the Jinjo King. Basically, again, this is a lot of cutscenes. I probably could have added this to the first video, but I wanted to get a lot of play in. But most of the play will probably start when I actually open the first world, which should be pretty soon here, maybe within the next couple minutes, hopefully, because there's another big cutscene right after I leave this building, and I'll let you guys see that. But basically we have one Jiggy. For those of you who are new to the Banjo Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie saga, well, it should have been a saga, but I'll explain that a little later. Basically, the Jiggy is what your aim is, sort of like with Mario. Stars are the aim. So you want to collect basically all the Jiggies. There are 8 worlds, 8 official worlds in Banjo Tooie. There is, I believe, a 9th and 10th world, or at least a 9th for sure. But each world except the 9th has 10 Jiggies, in which you collect them all, of course. And in most of the world, you actually have to go to future worlds to gain moves or complete an objective in order to get a Jiggy in the previous world or a couple worlds previous. And I'll explain that later as I get to it also. Again, this is a long cutscene. Basically, Gruntilda is just bones because she's been in the ground for, I believe it said 2 years after we defeated her in the Banjo Kazooie game, the first one. Speaking of which, I will actually do a Banjo Kazooie Let's Play. I was debating whether to do it first or second. I actually, when I was getting the equipment to do Let's Play, you know, like the capture card and stuff like that, I was using it incorrectly when I was using it for Banjo Kazooie. So I did the whole playthrough of Banjo Kazooie, but none of it actually is usable to, you know, post on YouTube. So I actually have to play through it again. But I'm pretty fast with Banjo Kazooie because you'll see the difference when I actually do the Let's Play. Banjo Kazooie is way easier to do speedruns in because you don't need to go to different worlds in order to gain moves so often. I think there's like 2 instances where you do, but I mean, that's basically you're coming back for like a quick second and then getting the last Jiggy and then leaving. Also, Banjo Kazooie is a lot simpler. The enemies are a lot simpler. There are no bosses. Well, there's like 2 bosses. But the real boss in Banjo Kazooie is just Gruntilda at the end, and she's actually pretty hard to beat for the first time through, but like I said, I've played this 4 times. This is the 4th time, and after the first time, like, that's the hardest time. The first time with these 2 games is the hardest time. Every time after that, I mean, it's sort of like memory. Like, you naturally remember where things are, you naturally remember what you have to do, and so it becomes easier. But you get a little lazy, you take hits when you probably shouldn't be taking hits, you know, damage, but, you know, it's all fun and games, especially if you're having fun